Okay, we're at 930 Rock Creek Road, and we're working in the area behind the pergola, which we did a water test on previous, and we found water getting into the property when we sprayed the hose right in this area, right in this gusset that's behind the pergola here. And it didn't make sense because we figured that the flashing was sound, and yet it was leaking. Well, what we found was that we thought it could possibly be blocked with debris, and it certainly was. We got a bucket of debris out of this valley. And complicating that problem was that the underlayment, felt paper, this is ice and water shield that we're looking at right now. That's ice and water shield. But the felt underlayment that sat on this area right here went right over into the valley and acted as a bridge that carried that dammed up water right over top of that lip that's on the Copper Valley. You can see that valley's put in the way it should be. It has a copper, it has a lip return on it that's cleated down so that any water that normally gets pushed to the side hits that lip and is carried down and out of danger. Well, because that underlayment felt went right over that lip, it acted as a bridge for that dammed up water to track right across, and you can see the shadow lines. Bob pointed them out. You can see the shadow lines from the soot that was left behind track right across onto the plywood, and all this plywood in here is rotted out now because of that bridge that was created by the underlayment. So that explains the mystery. Now we know why this area has leaked for so long, because the design was incorrect and the application was poor. What we need to do at this point is we're going to first we have to replace the plywood. We have rotted plywood up here, in here, and down here, and it's going to have to be strategically opened up and removed without hopefully getting into too much down here past where we stopped. Hopefully that rot doesn't go much further. We have to get into this shelf down here, which will be more involved. But once we get the plywood replaced, the underlayment's going to go on, and we're going to stop it short of the valley and seal it right to that ice and water shield. This is going to be ice and water shield we put in here, not underlayment. This is going to stick right to the sheathing. It's going to get sealed right to the edge of this existing ice and water shield and this eave ice and water shield. And then the felt's going to go on top of that, and that's also going to stop short of that return lip in the valley. That return lip is something that we want to allow a chance to function the way it's designed to function. So once that's all done, tiles can go back on, and we'll have a better chance at this actually working. And Bob had a good idea. He thought it might be wise to open the throat up a little bit on this valley so that the passage has a little more forgiveness in it, and it's not so easily blocked with debris. You know, you've got a lot of these little helicopters down here and tree seeds and whatnot from all these trees around here, and they're just blowing right into this area. And we want to make sure that if they do blow into this area, the valley opening's wide enough to flush itself out and not continually getting dammed up. So that's the strategy. We feel like that's a good plan for remediation here. We know that we have some plywood to replace, and we can fix this. There was a tile in here that was incorrect. It was a tile that doesn't really match this roof. We're going to switch that with a tile from the back, and we should end up here with a roof that's maintenance free, which is really the goal. This roof shouldn't have to be accessed with high reach equipment and ladders and jacks and roofers every 5 to 10 years to take a look at this area. it really needs to behave a little more maintenance-free like, and that simply means, you know, a little slight redesign in here with a wider throat and allowing this to work the way it's supposed to work. So that's the plan from 930 Rock Creek Road, Bryn Mawr.